Welcome to another week of What's Poppin'. This is your host, Sam Pop.
I'm Sarah Cassera.
This week we got a special guest in the studio, an actual Insomniac Discovery Project winner. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are graced with his presence today,
Nice.
Mr. T-Rex, otherwise known as Tyler Rouse.
What's up, guys?
Was his God-given birth name. How you doing, bud?
Good. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me out.
Yeah, no problem. For the listeners, I'll just go ahead and mention that Tyler is also on the official Rulio team, which I am also a part of, and is also another sort of liaison or guest, if you will, on the show tonight. So the show is brought to you by Rulio Clothing Company, and definitely look out for it later. We'll definitely be letting you know a little bit more about that as the show goes on. Anyway, we'll get down to business. So, how's your night going, bud?
Good. Just got done playing the Drum Code show this weekend with Adam Bayer. That's the mix you're gonna hear.
Yeah.
Still recovering from that. That went till 6 a.m. Adam killed it from 1 to 4, and I played 4 to 6.
Yeah,
so.
I bet that must have been exciting.
Yes, it was. One of my idols for sure. It was awesome to meet him, especially get to play with him the same night I met him. So.
Yeah, that must have been real cool. Like, playing with your influences. Is that correct?
Been listening to him for a long time. Yeah, he's been doing this for 15 years. So. He was playing the stuff that I'm trying to do now when I was like 7 years old.
Yeah, bringing the roots in for us a little bit.
Definitely.
That's real cool. So, what did you start first? What did you start DJing first, or did you start production first? What got you, into electronic dance music as a whole?
Well, I was in bands in high school, mostly, hardcore, metalcore, stuff like that. And I was producing on Reason back then, about 6 years ago.
No kidding, dude. I started on Reason too, man.
Exactly.
Love the program.
Yeah, I love it too. It's still
Reason
okay as long as you
2.5.
rewire it. Yeah, I started Reason 4.
Yeah, the Thor, man, is fucking great.
I still use that in some of my tracks. You just got to rewire it into Logic, and make it sound right.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, that arpeggiator in there, that RPG8 too, is top notch for sure.
How were those first gigs? Were they like some of your favorites, some of your least favorite?
My first few, I was just kind of playing Hollywood clubs, side room stuff. But after the Discovery Project stuff, it took off a lot, and I've definitely enjoyed every show since then quite a bit.
Nice.
Before you even got into DJing, what attracted you to EDM?
I was in Oregon, so I was mostly watching metalcore bands, hardcore stuff. I moved in.
Is that where you grew up?
I was born in Santa Cruz. I moved to Oregon when I was 9, though, so I'd say I grew up in Oregon, because I went to middle school and high school there. So.
Cheers, man! I have a lot of friends from Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz is awesome.
Is my home away from home. Like,
yes.
I actually go out there to produce with my buddies because he owns like 16 acres of land out there in the forest, like deep in there, and it's just like away from everybody.
It's definitely
like
the relaxing side of California.
It's
not LA.
I live right there in Hollywood. So it's just like chaos, craziness going. You can never get bored. I mean, that's a plus.
That's true.
But I tell you, when you actually know what a vacation is, it's just like, wow, this is like peace and quiet. I could see stars in the sky.
A vacation is the exact opposite of Los Angeles. For sure.
Stars were like
stars on the sky, stars on the floor.
that was a stuff of legend. Stars. That's what it's like in fucking Los Angeles. It's so smog filled, but it's great out there, just the forest and everything. But anyway, so what kind of parties did you used to go to? What kind of room did you find yourself in? Did you just start like hitting the EDC, like the big major massives, or did you go to like the more underground, sort of low key kind of parties?
When I first moved here, I guess I wasn't 18 yet, so I was going to a lot of all ages stuff, dance back at the arena with paparazzi and all them. That was promoted well enough that as a new teenager really moving to Los Angeles, you'll get a flyer handed to you for that everywhere you go. So other that kind of stuff. When I turned 18, I started to go to some underground, some Noise R Us parties, some of those guys. I enjoyed those. That's where I found more of the techno stuff, and then started enjoying the music a lot more.
Yeah.
I was never too crazy about the music and the clubs I was going to. I just went because it's a good group of people, fun to go party.
Yeah.
But once I started hearing stuff like John Digweed and stuff a little bit deeper, a little darker, I got a lot more into producing. And
John Digweed's definitely a beast.
That was one of my crossovers.
He's an OG,
for sure.
man.
He got me to be like, all right, it's okay to calm down and not be jumping in the air and trying to play bangers and stuff.
Yeah. Just overwhelm yourself.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. So when you say you started producing first, where was your first influences? What kind of music did you start on? Did you start making techno right off the bat, or did you kind of experiment around a little?
I basically, right when I started, I was producing stuff that was not EDM, like intros for my band and stuff for in between the tracks. So once I got into EDM, I kind of just started trying every genre, because there wasn't really any genre I didn't like. I just kind of tried them all to see what I enjoyed producing. I guess, the first thing I really made a second track of was techno. I kind of made one track of everything to mess around, and the amount of plays and all the feedback I got on the techno one was huge compared to anything else, and I just started making it, and I was the fastest at that and the most creative with it, and I definitely got a feel for it quickly, and I've stuck with it ever since.
Yeah. You definitely, you find your niche.
Yes.
You stick with it. That's cool. So, T-Rex. Now, tell me a little bit about that. Where the name come from?
T-Rex, I guess I was kind of wild in high school. I had a lot of friends call me Tyrannosaurus Rouse. Rouse is my last name.
Why did they call you that?
And what's crazy? I didn't even party in high school. It wasn't like I was crazy partying. I guess I was just energetic, I don't know, always try to have good vibes and, make sure to keep a smile on, because people aren't very happy in high school. If you can be happy, people might cheer up a little. They're all bummed out.
I was happy.
So.
I thoroughly liked high school. I miss high school.
Yeah, I liked high school. I had fun. I was in sports a lot and stuff like that. So I
miss being young.
Yeah.
No, but an old man over here. Yeah, that's cool. So you just with the name, you just basically kind of. What did you was that the way that you started spelling it immediately, or did you just
I did the WR right away, because once I decided I'll stick with that name, I thought instantly there must be a dozen other people trying to use T-Rex with an X. And even when I searched it online and stuff, there's a bunch of hip-hop artists and all sorts of stuff.
No kidding.
I feel like the amount of time it would take for you to come up first when people are looking up something called T-Rex, it's always going to be toys or dinosaurs or movie stuff, and when you spell that other spelling, it's only going to be my music. So much easier to find me with something like that.
Now tell me again how you got the name T-Rex.
Just because you're wild. Just being wild. It's a nickname in high school. I just
find that it's like a random thing to call.
Yeah, no, it is.
Cool.
I remember people forever no, just
different.
use. Once I actually started getting bookings, everyone was like, oh, just use your name. Use Tyler Rouse. Use Tyler Rouse. It's more marketable.
I agree.
Yeah, no.
That's why I use my name.
I let him do it, twice on some flyers, and I was just like, you know what? It doesn't fit to me. It just does not sound like a dark techno type of thing.
That's
it just
great.
sounds like a
I
trance
disagree.
artist.
I think it sounds good.
It. Come out of the jungle, come from your roots.
Exactly. Coming out of the
just
jungle. Yes, exactly.
I'm great with that.
That's the way I approach a set.
Absolutely. Now, when you were building your sets, do you have a point of reference or a way that you like to sort of? Does it just kind of build up, or do you start all in?
I try not to plan too much. I mean, of course, it depends on the time of the night and who you're playing with. I mean, if I'm headlining, of course, I'll start out, slow and bring stuff in how I want and peak halfway through and come back down. But this mix, for instance, I mean, I had to follow up Adam Beyer, and that's quite the task. So I had to start out pretty heavy. I mean, he had been going 4 on the floor hard for 4 hours straight. So
yeah,
if you take it any lower than him, you're gonna lose the crowd.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Be like a buzzkill.
Definitely.
Right on. Now, tell me about EDC. Or it was EDC that you won the Insomniac Discovery Project with, wasn't it?
I actually went for Escape from Wonderland,
Okay.
and then they did a thing where you could get invited back as an alumni for EDC, and so I did that, and then they did it again for Nocturnal Wonderland. I had to do that one as well. They were all really, really awesome. Insomniac's great to work with.
Absolutely. When you first submitted, what was the reaction you got? When you got the call, you must have been like,
I thought it was fake. I told him, I thought it was like a friend messing with me. I was like, dude, I'm at work, I'm busy, I don't have time for this right now, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, seriously, we're serious. And I was like, no way.
Get the heck
I was like, get out of here, because
man.
I was like, it's techno, dude. I was like, it's EDC, everyone, I was like, I don't hate on any genre, but everyone goes there because they, for the most part, want to go see like Avicii and Hardwell type stuff. And it's like, they're talented at what they do, but it's not my scene. And so to get a call like that, I was just kind of like, who's messing with me right now? But they got into some details that I was like, hey, no one could make this up,
Yeah,
and then definitely, then I was standing up, all hands sweaty, like walking out of work, like, oh God, is this real, It's definitely awesome.
Who'd you tell first?
I called my dad first because he knew I had entered and stuff. And
he told me he knew what it was.
Yeah, he knows what EDC. I mean, because he was like, I was driving down, from Oregon when I was 18 to go to EDC, and him having to be like, oh, I'll be careful, and seeing on the news how crazy it was, and now he's like, oh my God.
Yeah, you're playing EDC. That's huge type thing. Yeah. Dude, I wish my dad knew what EDC was.
That's really hardcore. You would come down from Oregon? That's great.
Yeah.
What was your first EDC?
2010, because I think that might have been maybe one of the first ones I was 18 for.
Oh, that's so great.
And that was awesome. That was a good one to be at first. A little overcrowded, but
no, for
good
sure.
event.
I remember back in the day going to EDC, and there would be old people with little kids thinking it was like a carnival, and there's hip hop there. I saw Sage Francis for the first time there. It was like a whole different kind of vibe, and now it's so big, and there's just so many more kinds of people showing up.
Oh, it's
and
insane.
I doubt I'm gonna see homie with their kids, the old people. The people know what it is now. It's big.
Yes, definitely.
That's right,
massive.
Though.
They're all over the world. I mean, Puerto Rico, Miami, London, just they're killing it, man. Insomniac is really a one-of-a-kind company. You really. They broke records, and there's really nobody that can really come up and do what they've done again.
Everybody has somebody to try to achieve more than, so we can always hope that there's going to be bigger, better things, and even Insomniac can do so much more.
People always
can
raise the scale,
Exactly.
But for people,
Insomniac itself,
Insomniac will always be the guys that started.
Dude, but they keep raising the scale, which is
folks,
crazy.
Of course, yeah, they keep beating their own records.
I've seen people dropping out of the sky,
raising the bar.
It's
absolutely. They're pretty much like an icon, sort of like Jimi Hendrix or fucking Rodney King. Just they're like they're a staple, yeah. They're gonna be around, they're gonna be remembered for sure. So that's
I know
of all companies,
remember half
of all
the times
companies
I've been there.
Yeah. I haven't been in 5 years, but still of all companies, that's pretty much the peak. You pretty much hit fucking A, man. Top of the stars. I mean, I'm sure they're probably gonna take. I mean, since you're alumni, they have you back on a pretty, consistent basis. I've seen you on, back-to-back shows with Insomniac. So I'm betting after a while they'll probably take you out of country, man. You'll probably be playing Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I would love that. Definitely.
That'd really be cool. Well,
you do have some shows coming up, right?
Yeah, the first out of country thing I'll be doing, it's in Canada. It's called Fantasia Music Festival. It's a 3-day camping festival over in Alberta. I've never been in Canada, so I'm excited. I'd be excited to go to Canada even if I wasn't playing, but
Absolutely. Well, we're gonna take a little break. Let the listeners check out your tunes, that mix, and we'll be right back on What's Poppin'. Tune in and keep locked. This is Sam Pop, your host, and we'll be right back. Boy, I tell you, that's some good techno, buddy. I like that. I like the sound. I like the song choices. I was grooving. Yeah, so we're about to go into commercial break here. We're about halftime in, and right beforehand, I'm going to go ahead and play an original from T-Rex. Why don't you go ahead and let everybody in on what that's about, what the name is, and yeah, we'll let you guys tune in.
Oh yeah, it's a Luke and Joycat track called Desert Walkers. It was like a top 100 minimal track for a while. It was actually like up at like 130 or something. But I really liked some of the percussion sounds and a little bit of the melody from it. So I brought it back down to 25 and just, beefed up a new subline, stuff like that. Just made it a little more techno. Made it so I could play it in my sets. It was one of those tracks I loved so much, and I was like, man, I wish I could play it. But
you had to convert it.
It was a little too much to put in a techno in a mix. It just would have been the peak track, and it wasn't right for me at least. So changed it up a bit and made it more my style.
Yeah. All right, well, that's cool. Well, we'll let you guys listen in on that real quick. All right, this is what's poppin'. Stay tuned. Oh, I almost like that.
pussy? Who doesn't? Well, it's time to get one of your very own.
Fuck yeah!
Adopt a cat or kitten today from your local animal shelter.
Say what?
Or kittenrescue.org. Don't be shy. Get your pussy today. You know it takes pussy to get pussy. Remember, kids, be careful with a wet pussy. They can get angry.
Is it time to spoil yourself or someone you love? Then go to Body Essential Day Spa, located in Chino Hills, California. Call us at 909-548-7402 or visit us online at www.bodyessentials-dayspa.com. Enjoy the luxury amenities of a full-service day spa without spending a fortune. Services include multiple types of massage therapy, body treatments, relaxing and nourishing facials, microdermabrasion, permanent makeup and application, waxing, sauna treatments, spa parties, and much, much more. Call 1-909-548-7402 or visit us at www.bodyessentials-dayspa.com. It's time to spoil yourself.
In 1992, grunge had fully exploded and wiped glam and hair metal bands off the face of the planet. But there was a band, the one band that would not go down without a fight and let glam rock die. Kitty Kitty Bang Bang. When a dysfunctional band of glam rockers crash their van into strawberry fields in the middle of nowhere, they're shaken down by a group of angry Mexican strawberry pickers and are forced to pick strawberries for repair of their van. Starring Rex Killjoy, Clint Bagswell, Palmer Cherry, Hanny Glasscock, and their manager, Richie Primo. The nastiest UK sleaze metal band to ever appear on the silver screen, Kitty Kitty Bang Bang. In their first movie, Heavy Metal Strawberry Pickers.
Watch the trailer or rent the movie at heavymetalstrawberrypickers.com. Presented by the Show Must Go On Films. Directed by Gino Giordano. This film is not yet rated.
Are you looking for that special someone? Ready to take the next step in finding your match? Well, guess what? You're pathetic and will be forever alone. Why would you let a website or anyone tell you who you would be good for? Just get your ass out there in the world and introduce drinks into the mix. You'll be surprised to see what happens.
Hey, tip of 40 for the homies.
You'll become more fun, friendly, and social, which will lead to finding that perfect someone. Just be yourself, you fucking jackass. Don't let others tell you what you should do. Fuckmatch.com. Fuck you, Harmony. Just fucking have a drink and go get your dick wet, you fucking jackass. That's all.
Is it time to close shop, but you need somebody professional to answer your phones after hours? Enterprise Telecommunications can handle it all. Enterprise will continue your business even after you leave for the day. Enterprise Telecommunication is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No more busy signals. We'll even handle your after-hours order processing. We are your complete messaging solution. Contact us at area code 408-342-3333 or visit us online at entertelecom.com. That's entertelecom.com. Your complete messaging solution. Enterprise Telecommunications. It's
Super sticky shit. It's great for everyday projects around the house, like repairing a broken vase, fixing pottery, making those blinds look like new, mending your broken chain, keeping your pets together, sealing your mother-in-law's mouth, wrapping Christmas presents, seaming your asshole shut, and makes a perfect sexual lubricant for 15 seconds. Try Super Sticky Shit today. It's great for pranks and practical jokes, too. Yes, kids, make sure to get your parents' permission before playing with Super Sticky Shit. Call now and we'll throw in 2 mega tubes of the amazing ejaculate. Operators are standing by. Call now. Limited time offer. Not valid in Spain.
What do you do when you want the newest, freshest hip-hop and urban gear? Poppin Steel.
Robin Steele Clothing features top-of-the-line apparel from shirts, hats, and pants for guys and girls looking to express what makes you.
Rob and Steel. If you're looking for the sickest gear, check out robandsteel.com for complete information. That's ROBNSTEEL.com.
When you have that, not-so-fresh feeling, reach for the cool, refreshing Boxo Blast. Oh, yeah. With Boxo Blast, you can rinse away your unwanted smells and bacteria with our patented vibrating insertion nozzle. Just connect to any average garden hose, gas pump, faucet, and you're on your way to a sparkling clean Snatch-A-Heem. Get Boxo Blast at your local Walgett or Tarmart today. Keep your lady parts fresh and clean. Boxo Blast.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's T-Rex coming back with another original. This song is called Expectance. It'll be on my new EP coming out on Key 2 Records with Amazon, Beatport, iTunes, and all that. Should be coming out in about 2 months this spring.
Human acceptance does so much for you and me. And these inviolable sanctities were preserved in those, and no other love can be defined until that love has properly been understood. That human acceptance does so much for you and me. And these inviolable sanctities were preserved in those, and no other love can be defined until that love has properly been understood.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is T-Rex. That was my new track, Expectance, coming out on Key 2 Records this spring. Gonna get back into things with my mix from Drum Code Night with Adam Bear.
Yes. That was a beautiful track, by the way. Expectance from T-Rex. Had me grooving.
We're loving that one.
All right, so hanging out just a little bit longer with T-Rex before we got to wrap up here. So, boy, that was some good music, I gotta say. I didn't really listen to techno beforehand, but what I've been listening to is pretty good. So tell me a little bit about this track here. What state of mind were you in? That last track, Expectance. What state of mind were you in when you came up with that bad boy?
Expectance. Well, let's see. The first track on my last EP was called Arrival. So I kind of wanted to keep a little theme going. So that's going to be the first track on the new EP, that Expectance one. I basically just wanted to make something I think is good to open with, not necessarily with an ambient beginning, like an intro, but good to open with as an intro track when you need a mix out of the DJ before you. I think it's upbeat enough to come out of a more progressive genre if there's someone spinning before you that's playing house or something, but it's techno enough that it'll give them a heads up of what's about to come, because it's definitely going to get a lot crazier than that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, cooling off a little bit here. What do you like to do, after you DJ? What do you, at these big parties and stuff? Do you like to, kick it with friends? Do you like to, go to an after party, keep the party raging, or, what do you do on your free time? Who are you besides the T-Rex and Stuff Discovery Project winner?
Free time. I've been, getting into a lot of graphic design. I like, trying to make my own images, or at least, working with my graphic designers to make images. I'm trying to get into, that side of the media. But I mean, as far as hobbies and stuff, I like I'm from Oregon, so I like stuff outdoors, really. Running canyon, any hiking, just hanging out with friends.
You were saying you might have a show coming up where you're outdoors like that, kind of in a more camp type?
I love
yeah,
the
yeah.
desert
The Fantasia is going to be 3 days of camping, so I can't wait for that because
that's
not
pretty
only
cool.
have I never been to Canada, I'm going to be outdoors for 3 days, and the weather should be nice in August and everything. So I'm definitely very excited for that. Two of my favorite things, being outdoors and hearing good music all day.
Fantasia's a pretty big party, right?
I think so. I mean, they've thrown a lot of parties. I think this is their first year coming all together to do Fantasia, but it looks pretty good so far. I mean, they've said a few people will be playing. I can't really say that yet until they say it, but they definitely have some surprising headliners
Some
up there.
heavy hitters on there.
Yeah,
huh?
big names, especially
you
if
pretty
you're in
excited?
Canada. Yeah, definitely. They're going to be some great people to share the stage with, definitely.
Yeah, I bet. That's got to be very exciting.
Yes.
And Canada, like, that's just a whole other realm. Like, that's tight.
I've never been to Canada.
Right? A lot
I
of
would
people
love to
can
go.
say that.
Yeah, I think they'll...
How'd you get booked on that one?
They kind of just approached me. I don't really know how they found me. I guess Discovery stuff. That's the first thing they asked me is hey, didn't you just play EDC or something like that? And
Yeah.
said, where can we hear your music? Blah, blah, blah. Some time went by, and then they were like, hey, so we have, like, our first, 50 people playing that, aren't big headliners, but local, either from United States or Canada, just upcoming people,
Yeah.
And they were like, we don't really have anything in your genre yet. They're like, that's not really what we listen to, but we want to have every genre there, and we know...
What do they listen to down there in Canada?
I'm sure plenty of people listen to techno in Canada. I just meant the event promoters themselves.
Oh,
They're like,
okay.
they're like, we don't know if we really get it, but
I'm like,
we
they're
know
representing Canada as a whole.
they like what they said. They're like, I mean, obviously there's a scene for it everywhere. You can find techno kids anywhere. I mean, obviously America and Canada aren't probably gonna be like Germany over there. Like they're crazy about it, but I mean,
in Germany they're crazy about techno.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of.
My
big
family's
names
actually from Germany.
Yeah,
I actually know nothing about them, but I do have a lot of family from out there.
Yeah.
I just don't talk to them, but I'd like to. I'm actually like, pretty much from the States. I went out to Mexico, and let me tell you, it was the god-awful worst time I've ever had ever.
I went to Cabo, and it was awesome, because that's all Americanized. Everyone spoke English, and I was like in a resort the whole time. Just
Dude,
like
I went to like the sewer, freaking Rosarito and Tijuana, and it was just like, dude, we got me
Did
and
you
my
ride
dad.
the sickly horses?
No, me and my dad
Okay.
got robbed for like $1,000 by the federale. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got robbed by the federales for like $1,000, and like, and we just, and my dad ended up getting just the worst case of like stomach flu from like the fish out there, the fish talk, because the water is, the water is horrible.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, definitely, you can get sick easy over there.
The one thing that was good is I was like 18 at the time, and they sold
That's
drinking.
when I went for
and they were
graduation
like,
of high school.
They were like
Cabo.
25 cents, I was like, this is awesome, But rather than that, I tell you, but I would like to go to Cabo. My mom actually just went for like, of all days, Turkey Day, Thanksgiving. She went to Cabo, Mexico. I thought that was funny, But,
Cabo.
Yeah. Mexico is the only place I really want to go to Canada though. That seems like they'd be a really like chill folks. Out
I feel
there,
like
pretty
everyone.
cool people.
I mean,
pretty close
everyone
to
I met
Americans.
from them seems, real polite.
Like,
Definitely real polite.
Yeah, I hear they're very polite out there.
I mean, they make jokes here that they're too polite, but I mean, we're not polite enough, so I'm sure they're just right.
Yeah, well, they're freaking tough sons of bitches, I tell you. All of them play hockey, and they're all out in like just like frigid, crazy, like cold circumstances.
I know, getting hit harder than football players with like less pads and on ice.
They're
definitely.
tough, like the Canadians. They're nice, but they're tough, I tell you. And a lot of good music's coming out of there too. Datsik and Downlink and those guys are all from like Ontario. But yeah, so let's start to get in. Let's just shoot the shit, have a good time. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you just a few different questions just to see how you respond. Because I like to test the character of a man on my show.
No pressure. No pressure.
All right, so if you were trapped on an island and you could bring 3 items with you, and that's it. You're trapped on the island, no way to get any type of resource, but you could bring 3 things with you.
Is there food there?
Are
we talking food?
Yeah, there's like coconut and crab and stuff.
Island.
You got to make your own island,
you
know?
Go ahead and make your island.
Yeah.
What's there? What would you bring to it?
There's no, you know, like one-ups over there. You know, it's the wild. You gotta crack your coconuts and catch your crabs, buddy. I tell you.
Oh man, if it's like that, I mean, I was gonna say some stuff
Straight
to
out
keep
like
producing, but if it's like survival, I guess.
Some like Castaway type.
I can't.
Some stuff to keep producing. That's the first thing.
I would say
some stuff where you draw a face on like the volleyball. Wilson.
Yeah, man, I don't know how I do out there on an island. If it's for survival, I guess.
No, none of that other stuff. 3 things you bring to survive for. All right, we'll give you a month, okay, and then a boat will come rescue you. You'll be back home to the Americas. So a month.
Okay.
On the island, 3 things. Go.
Okay. Let's see. First off, the biggest box of matches possible. I don't really think I would make fire on my own like that.
Or a big old box of Bics.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I got all the Bics.
Yeah. A fishing pole. I'm not going to catch a fish with a stick. That's for sure. Let's see.
But see, you run into problems like, you know, your line breaking. You might run out of line. You didn't say lines, so you got to think a little harder. It's something to think about.
No.
Yes. Third, I mean, it depends on the weather, but a tent.
We're in paradise.
I don't want
it's
bugs,
really hot,
man.
but...
Some kind of net. I don't want some bugs biting me and my hand swells up to the size of my head.
Yeah. Number 3. Okay, so you got a box of Bigs.
So you want to be comfortable. You don't want to be
net.
having to struggle about having a fire or cooking your food. You want to have food. So you want your fishing pole so you can fish, and you definitely want some shelter.
Yeah.
Those are the bare necessities.
Yeah, he wasn't. That's what I was waiting for him to say, because like you're just gonna chill on the beach under the stars.
In the sand.
Now let's imagine you have all those things. What would you bring to that island?
You could use a palm
just
leaf.
for fun.
Let's see. Well, there's no electricity I can't produce, that's for sure.
Now,
Wait,
on the island, let's say that I'll give you this. So you can have a little bit of fun. So we'll go ahead and say this is in the Caribbean, where pirates in the 1700s used to make cane rum, and then they had their storage. So you got 300-year-old cane rum.
I'm good, dude. I'm good. Come get me in
invite?
2 months, man.
He's like, give me
That's all I need.
Give me some time to promote.
That's all I need. I know, right? Let me explain here.
Rum and coconuts, man. Pour the rum in the
I
coconut.
got my coconuts and my rum. You know, I got my chaser and I got my liquor.
The lime and the coconut, mix them all around.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Those are some interesting things. Let's do another one. If you were a superhero and you could have any power, any type power, you know, telekinesis, telepathy, turning, you know, sand into like wine, you know, just whatever,
Making
raising people
flowers
from the
grow,
dead,
whatever.
you know, yeah, anything.
Turning regular Coke into Diet Coke, whatever you
Definitely. What power would you have if you could be a superhero?
I think it'd be something with the mind for sure. Not necessarily mind
Something
control,
with the mind?
but like, you know, maybe being able to change people's mind, not necessarily their opinion, but kind of their attitudes. I mean, no one gets along. No one ever gets along. It's like we have all these kids that are like, oh, I like dance music, and it's like, oh, you all like dance, you still can't get along because you like dubstep and you like trance, and it's like you're both ravers, but like let's be at each other's throat in the same community. Like,
or like we're driving down the freeway and like you want to go faster than me, but really you want to go slower than me. I don't understand.
All right. Well, you know, so we're running out of time right over here. It was great talking to you, fucking Tyler, and definitely look out for Tyler. Look out for his music. Why don't you go ahead and give any shouts or thanks you'd like to give to people that helped you out. Record labels or just anybody in general. God.
Definitely.
Whichever.
Definitely. John Dubb at Exchange and the whole Exchange team, all the Insomniac guys. They have all definitely helped me out. All the Discovery team has helped me a ton. Key 2 Records picked me up, out of nowhere. Rulio Clothing, they've been helping me a lot, Gonna be doing a lot of events with them. And definitely, you can, my Facebook is facebook.com/t.rex.dance. If you just Google T-Rex with the spelling WRECKS as the Rex, you should definitely be able to find me on all social media.
Yeah, Facebook and all of that.
Definitely.
Definitely look out for Rulio, putting all that heart and soul into all that is art.
Yes. What's Poppin' is brought to you in part by Rulio Clothing, and I will have Rulio Clothing periodically on through the show. I'll have the owner, and definitely check out the website www.rulioclothingcompany.com. Facebook /Rulio Clothing Company.
What would we call that?
Let your inner lion roar.
Oh, Let Your Inner Lion Roar. Love it. That was the voice from Heavenly Mother up there, by the way, guys. So, Let Your Inner Lion Roar. Facebook.com. Definitely look forward. It was a pleasure, Tyler, having you on, and we'll definitely keep up with you. Anytime you got a new song coming out, we'll be happy to play it. And thank you for listening and catching us in the mix for another week of What's Poppin'. This is your host, Sam Pop.
Sarah Casera.
And we are going to wrap up with another couple of tracks from T-Rex. So why don't you go ahead and let the listeners know about this next one. Marshall Applewhite. Tell me a little bit about that.
Alright, this is just one of the tracks off my first EP that Key 2 picked up. Probably the calmest one on it. I usually use this at 4 or 5 a.m. whenever the place is closing, one of the last ones. Still enough bass to fill the room, but calming to where, it's time to calm down a little bit, not have people freaking out all the way till the time they need to go drive their car at 5 a.m. So.
Right. Well, we'll let the listeners tune into that. And once again, thank you for tuning to Excite Radio.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll also be ending it with another T-Rex original, his, the banger that pretty much got him the Insomniac Discovery Project winning, called Escape. Yes?
Correct, yes. That's the one I want to Escape from Wonderland's Discovery Project.
You made that specifically for Discovery? Or
Correct,
you just
started they said we're looking, for a Halloween-themed type track.
It's really dark, heavy moods.
Yeah, dark, little faster, little more of a, acid house vibe to it. Definitely more upbeat than the rest of the techno stuff. So.
Alrighty, well, folks, you heard it here. Stay tuned to What's Poppin' and listen for Escape. And once again, this is Marshall Applewhite, and we'll see you guys all next week. Have a good time.
Come and follow me. Last. Come and follow. 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 Last. 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 Last.
What's up, guys? This is T-Rex. That was my track, Marshall Applewhite. Last track tonight you'll be hearing is Escape. Thanks again for tuning in to What's Poppin'. See you guys next time.
no sun on my face. A cold devil moon stretched the sky. Broken and lonely and tired from disgrace, and suicide ripped through my eyes. I'll be over you and your army of lies. Angels living inside the root of a child. Plasticine promises that came to my door were broken and burned in my dreams. And all that you live for has turned up ashore, and the memories have washed out to sea. I'll be over you and your army of lies. Angels living inside of a child. The sky, broken and lonely and tired from disgrace, and suicide ripped through my eyes. I'll be over you and your army of lies. Angels living inside the root of a child. The paths I chosen, were they really preordained? Any more than the day was born or the rain. A sunny disposition and the will to survive might be all you need. Swearing I had a dream, I rode a beam of purest white light, and in this dream you said to me, this is where we go when we